In the primordial realms of Norse mythology, where gods, giants, and beings of immense power shape the fates of worlds, there slumbers a creature of vast and unimaginable size. Known as Jörmungandr, the World Serpent, his very existence is a constant reminder of the destructive yet cyclical nature of life and the inevitable end that awaits all things. Jörmungandr was born to Loki, the cunning trickster god, and Angrboda, a giantess who was feared for her connection to chaos and the ancient forces of the world. Jörmungandr had two siblings, Hel, the ruler of the underworld, and Fenrir, the giant wolf destined to bring about the death of Odin during Ragnarök. Together, these children of Loki represented the forces that would eventually lead to the downfall of the gods. As a newborn, Jörmungandr was so enormous that the gods, sensing the potential threat he posed, cast him into the vast ocean that surrounded Midgard, the world of humans. But his size grew rapidly. As the serpent's body expanded, he became the embodiment of a dark, cosmic force, a force that could encircle the entire Earth. He became a creature of legend, his form so vast that he wrapped around the world, his body stretching from one side of the oceans to the other, his tail held firmly in his mouth. This eternal loop, the act of biting his own tail, came to symbolize the cyclical nature of time, death, and rebirth. Jörmungandr's home in the sea made him a constant, unseen presence in the world, lurking beneath the waves. As he coiled around the planet, his movements stirred the oceans, causing storms and tempests to surge. Mariners feared his presence, for the sight of churning waters often signaled the serpent's restless stirring beneath the surface. Yet despite his power, Jörmungandr was bound by fate and prophecy. His destiny was not his own to control, and he was as much a tool of the cosmos as he was a creature of destruction. Jörmungandr's most famous role is in the events of Ragnarök, the prophesied end of the world, where the old order of gods and creatures will be destroyed to make way for a new creation. According to the prophecy, Jörmungandr will rise from the ocean at the battle's peak, the waters parting to reveal his enormous venomous form. His very presence will signal the destruction of the world as the gods know it. In the climactic battle, Jörmungandr will engage in a legendary duel with Thor, the thunder god, wielding his hammer Mjolnir. The serpent, whose body is filled with potent venom, will unleash a flood of poison, sending waves of death and destruction across the battlefield. As Thor approaches, Mjolnir raised high, Jörmungandr will strike with all the might of the seas themselves, spitting venom that will fill the air and suffocate the gods. The earth will tremble beneath the weight of their clash, and the oceans will boil as thunder rumbles through the sky. The duel will end in a tragic yet inevitable conclusion. Thor will land a powerful blow on Jörmungandr, striking the serpent down with Mjolnir. But the serpent's poison will have already done its work. Thor, having slain his foe, will take just 9 steps before succumbing to the venom that courses through his veins. This tragic moment is seen as the ultimate sacrifice, with Thor giving his life to defeat the serpent. The death of Jörmungandr marks the end of an era, but it also signifies the beginning of the world's rebirth. But Jörmungandr's legacy does not end there. The serpent, bound by fate, is intrinsically tied to the cosmos' cyclical nature. His eternal loop, his act of biting his own tail, represents the endless cycle of creation, destruction, and renewal that governs the universe. It is said that even after the events of Ragnarök, when the world is remade and reborn, Jörmungandr's presence will still echo through the fabric of reality, as time itself repeats, just as the serpent continues to circle the earth. Jörmungandr's role in the cosmos is as complex as his form. Though he is a symbol of chaos, destruction, and death, he is not merely a creature of malice. He is a part of the very foundation of the world, a necessary force that, like all things in Norse mythology, is bound by fate and the eternal rhythms of the universe. His connection to Loki, the trickster, reflects the unpredictable nature of the cosmos itself, constantly shifting, evolving, and repeating in a never-ending dance of cosmic balance. And so, Jörmungandr remains, coiled beneath the waves, awaiting the day when the tides of fate will rise and he will emerge once more, ready to fulfill his role in the inevitable end of all things. His story is a reminder that the forces of destruction are not to be feared alone, for they are inextricably woven into the fabric of existence. Without them, there can be no creation, and without the serpent, there can be no new world.